Welcome to Journey of One. This is a show where I travel around Southern California to check out fun events and interesting things to see. Oftentimes I'll be traveling on my own, showing that you can often have a unique experience when you travel solo, as well as showing that you can have a good time and enjoy life on your own, but if friends or family join you, then all the better. So, thanks for watching. Let's begin the journey. This week's journey takes us to the Los Angeles Zoo, located on the northeast side of Griffith Park, which I visited a few weeks ago. The entrance to the zoo reminded me of the line from Jurassic Park. What have they got in there? King Kong? I definitely recommend purchasing your tickets online ahead of time to avoid the long lines at the gate. Once inside, you can head straight to get to the main zoo, but I'd recommend heading to the right first to check out the LA Zoo's new exhibit, Dinosaurs Unextinct. This is a pretty cool new area where you can walk through and see life-size animatronic dinosaurs. If you watched my visit to the Natural History Museum, you may have remembered seeing this fossil in the video. Well, it was quite different seeing him here. Didn't seem quite as big, but he was still just as scary. However, this spitting Dilophosaurus was actually much bigger than you remember from the Jurassic Park movie. Along the way, there was this neat excavation table where kids could practice digging up dinosaur fossils and pretend like they were archaeologists out in the field. Be sure to download the Dinosaurs Unextinct app before visiting so you can check out this cool augmented reality exhibit they have there. Right next door, they have the Children's Discovery Room, where kids can play and explore while learning about the California condor. Heading to the main zoo, the first animal on display is the locally famous Reggie the alligator, who was let loose in a local park's lake and eluded capture for many months, gaining a lot of press before finally being caught and brought to the LA Zoo. I definitely recommend grabbing a shuttle pass. It's a great way to get around the park and avoid walking some of the hills. While it does pass some exhibits, it's not really a tour bus, so expect to jump off at the stops that you want to get a closer look at the animals. The first group of animals I came across was the birds. It was interesting to see all these exotic birds with their extraordinary coloring. Even this vulture, who wasn't the most beautiful bird ever, was fascinating to see up close. Although I think he saw me as dinner though. But probably my favorite birds were these eagles, with their impressive size and majestic appearance. Watching these sea eagles fly around was really cool, with their powerful wings really showing why they're kings of the sky. For some reason, seeing this toucan really gave me a craving for some sugary cereal. I really liked visiting inside their aviary, where the birds were allowed to fly around you as they pleased in this beautiful habitat. In fact, many of the places in the park were so peaceful and enjoyable just to walk around in. I'd often stop just to relax and take in the beautiful scenery. They even had these trees with these enormous trunks that the kids really enjoyed climbing all over. If you loved the Lion King Disney movie, as I did, no trip to the zoo would be complete without trying to find Timon and Pumbaa, the meerkat and warthog. The next group of animals I came across were the primates, beginning with these lemurs. Fortunately, most were pretty quiet today, which I was glad for as I didn't have to hear the noisy baboons or gibbons, which I always find obnoxious when I go to a zoo. I found these two big gorillas were sitting in the shade, just chilling out. But this other guy was moving around, even taking a bit to sit and watch the crazy humans standing around looking at him. Especially the one with the zoom lens camera getting his close-up. Next, it was time to check out the larger animals, and many of those found in Africa and Southern Asia. I always loved the okapis, who look like the love child of a zebra and a mule. I was fortunate enough to catch the elephants during a feeding time, where food was left around their enclosure for them to find. They had these clear boxes with food inside so people could see how dexterous the elephants' trunks are when grabbing food, or pretty much anything else for that matter. Later in the day, I came back around to the other part of the elephant enclosure and found this big guy walking around. Even at a distance, he was intimidating in size, especially with those long tusks. This was my first time visiting a zoo since getting a DSLR camera with a zoom lens, which really allowed me to get some neat close-up shots of animals from a distance. As it's getting closer to summer here in Southern California, the heat of the day had many of the animals just relaxing in and out of the sun, taking a nice lazy day. Even the king of the jungle, the lion, was out soaking up that California sun. Having seen the lion, next I had to find the other two of the Dorothy trio, the tiger and the bear. Oh my. The hippos had it right though, staying in a nice cool water to escape the heat. If you or your family decide to take a break from the sun or walking around, be sure to stop at this play park. Great for picnics and some jungle gyms for the kids. Although the kids probably won't have as much fun as these river otters did on this water slide, goofing around and playing in the water. You can find them and a bunch more animals in the Rainforest of the Americas area, with exhibits of animal life in the Central and South American rainforests. Next though, I made a quick stop to see the feared Komodo dragon, who I would definitely not want to come across in the wild. My final stop of the zoo was the lair, where they keep the amphibians and reptiles. While cool to see behind the glass, I side more with Indiana Jones and would rather avoid snakes in general. There's so much more here at the LA Zoo I didn't get to show you, so be sure to visit and see it for yourself. Thanks as always for watching, like and subscribe, and check back next week as I go on another Journey of One.